there is something, but I can do maybe something to induce or. And about eradicating poverty, there is a history about that. It was in Rome in 1997, where several countries, almost 200 countries, gathered and decided to reduce by half the poverty worldwide. But more important, in 2000, it was established the so-called Millennium Development Goals. The Millennium Development Goals. It was a summit, and this and signed by 191 member states, that the extreme poverty and hunger should be reduced by half, starting from the data of 1990. But actually, taking a strong commitment up to 2015. 2015 is 3 years already back to today, and a few other things. And in that time, in 2000, we had 1.1 billion people living with less than $1 a day, 2.7 billion people, which is half of the world, that live on less than $2 a day, 1 billion children, 1 on 2 that lives in poverty. This is astonishing. I have 2 daughters. Sometimes you try to think it's because I'm lucky I'm here, I don't know, but it could be that one of my daughters is in another part of the world and another one here who said this, and my daughter is I would get crazy about that. We don't get this, okay? It's so far. It's not that we have to be guilty about that, because this is like it is, okay? But we have to be aware. We have to somehow learn this. We have to have this present, and we have to have the mechanism by which we can feel that we have to do something towards this population and situation. Another number of related, like for example, 800 million people that suffer chronic hunger around the world. And what happened since then? There was some commitment. Here you see how it goes, the number of people suffering chronic hunger. These are in terms of million and percentage. Percentage is in green, and million is the orange one. And you see that there has been a decline for some year, not that much. From we said 800 millions up there. We went even up, but now recently, even because of the economical crisis, again the number of chronic hunger start to rise up again. And this is really not possible. Now today, there are still people suffering chronic hunger worldwide are 815 millions. And you know that these are more than all European inhabitants, from the kids to the most elderly people. In Europe, we are 743 million, something like this. And again, this is if you think all Europe is suffering hunger, somehow you have to take it close to you and you say, what is this? How can I stand? Can we ever stand that all Europe is suffering chronic hunger? Can we? What we would do? But these are people. These are people, okay? And of course, this is happening here. You see, Africa is in green, and it is showing that Africa, the number of, the percentage, as well as the number, is increasing. So the most poor are getting more poor. In total number in Asia, but there are more people living in Asia. They are suffering chronic hunger. But you see that, especially in sub-Saharan Africa, this number is growing. So moving from 190 1 million to 243 million. So for example, into the sustainability development goal that I mentioned you before, 2 points, the first two is no poverty and zero hunger. Okay, so they are the first two key points. So into that, you were speaking about the environmental dimension. It's very important and they are very interlinked, and we will see even that. But these are key issues to be tackled, and they are part of sustainable development. And one observation that I want to tell you that when we speak about the socio-ethical dimension, this is not just a matter related to low and middle income country or context. It's even linked to in the industrialized and rich country. And why this? Because we are in a global market, and as I said before, we are buying product that maybe are produced, either in China, in Thailand, or in other zone, or in Peru, or in other zone with a low income, where the big corporation and big company are blind in front of the fact that they are paying an embarrassing salary to these people to have a better sell here. But there is even that in industrialized context, in rich context, not all the people are living healthy. The gap between the rich and the poor, even in Italy, even in the US, everywhere is, it's increasing. So the poor are getting more poor, and the rich are getting more rich. And this is why I really don't like to speak about, I prefer to speak about context rather than country, okay? Because context is a context. It's a place where certain economic condition, and it could be that in Italy there is a context that is industrialized, is well-being, or well-being and not industrialized, I don't know. There is a context that is low income, and the same could be in Burkina Faso. There could be, the most would be low income, for sure. The prime minister will be quite rich. Okay, so it's better to speak about this, and I don't like as well to speak, even though it's even in the official document always about developing and developed country. If they say that our is a developed country, is a country that is depleting the resources of nature, that is polluting the nature, is this a developed country? Is this a developed system? Developed means something that is well working. Okay, this is destroying the earth in which we are living. The people, 6.5 billion people, for that and for other reasons. This is developed, frankly speaking, no. So I'm not saying that in low income is developed, because maybe they are facing problem of poverty and other things and so on. But don't speak about, let's speak about industrialized countries. Industrial, be neutral. Low, middle, you can say rich, or say emerging context. The economic sustainability. Few words even about that. I said I try to be short. Economic sustainability. Here I take again the definition that is given by the EU to promote a prosperous, innovative, knowledge-rich, competitive, and eco-efficient economy which provide high living standard and full and high-quality employment. And there are some key action in my reading of the situation that could be taken into consideration. One is the proper attribution of cost to the resources or to the products. Someone is calling internalization of cost. Think about a car. We are using a car. A car is polluting. The pollution causes a person to suffer from lung cancer, something. It has to go to the hospital. Well, the first problem, I'm very sorry that this ill, okay? But this is a cost, okay? This is a cost for the society. Not only a cost for that human being, it's a cost for the society. Because to take care, to cure this person is a cost. We pay taxes for this. Internalization of cost would mean to take this cost and to embed this cost into the car. If the car is causing those costs, we take this into the car. Okay? Now, say how this is possible. There are theories working on that. We are not. Just take the principle. But think about this principle, how strong it could be. If that cost, which is a high cost, because to cure a person with this, it costs a lot of money. If you put that over a car, no one will buy a car anymore. What happened the day after? They will be all electric vehicle. The day after. The day after. The day after. because they are not causing this, okay? Then you have to say what is the electricity produced, but this is going too long. This is what when we are speaking about internalization of cost.